Hey guys, welcome to the Wibbit.net Programming in C# course. Kevin and Brian are here again to take you through one of the greatest programming languages in the entire world.
I'd say the universe.
The universe?
Yeah.
Wow, that's very impressive concidering it's a Microsoft language.
I didn't say it was useful. I just said it was good.
Well, you know what? It beats the hell out of Visual Basic any day of the week. That's the important thing. So look at where you guys have come from. You know, coming through the Wibbit.net courses, you guys have learned what? C, C++,
and
Java?
Object-oriented.
Object-oriented programming. We always forget the object-oriented programming course for whatever reason.
And you suffered your way through Objective-C. I mean, that's a feat in itself.
Yeah. See, now we're talking about the other really important pure object-oriented programming language that's kind of an offshoot from the ARM that is Java.
And C# is used often in business, just like Java is, but there seems to kind of be two camps. You know, there's basically the open source camp or the Microsoft camp. As you start getting a skill set in one, you might be kind of thrust into another company which expects the other. So,
right.
You know, they're very similar. They have a lot of similar pros, but they're definitely different.
Yeah, there's also the companies, and I think it's kind of on the same line that you just said, that bases their core architecture on Linux or Unix, and then the other one is basing it on Windows. And oftentimes when you're dealing with the companies that work in Windows environments, C# is the language that you're going to be using. So let's have a discussion, Brian. What is C#?
Well, C#, like Java, is a pure object-oriented programming language. But in this case, it was developed by Microsoft. Opposed to
back when they were relevant, back in the late 90s.
Yeah, in the late 90s, right? So this was a direct response from Microsoft to Java when Java came out. You know, and this idea that it was cross-platform compatible, it was pure object-oriented. You know, it just exploded, and Microsoft knew that this was going to be a major threat to the.
It scared the out of them, to be honest.
So Microsoft knew that this was going to, severely threaten the viability of Microsoft in business. So they needed to do something. They needed to do something quick, and they needed to really knock it out of the park. And I think in a lot of ways they did. So C# was Microsoft's response to Java. Microsoft knew that Java was designed to be, as one of its principles, designed to be as similar to C++ as possible. So by Microsoft naming it C#, it kind of feels like C, C++, C#, it, even from a marketing standpoint, it sounds like it's in more direct lineage with C++ than Java is, when in fact that is not necessarily the case.
Right, and also the language was designed to be a catalyst for, at the time, the newly developed .NET framework. And we're gonna talk about the .NET framework in some detail in a little bit, but just kind of keep in mind the .NET framework is not language dependent. You can hook into the framework using multiple kinds of languages. C# is kind of one of the premier .NET languages because it's so similar to the C++ and Java side that it was basically created to look like that in order to get developers to move from those camps into the Microsoft camp. And I'm glad they changed their name, Brian, because one of the original concepts for the name was cool. C-like object-oriented language. How much you want to bet Bill Gates himself came up with that idea?
Hey guys, we should call it, we should call the language cool.
Because we're so cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't try to spell it KWL or something stupid.
KEWL. Yeah, I remember those days.